Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Pisces Soul Tribe. I want to get into some general messages for you, and of course, anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. Divine, what do you need Pisces to know at this time? What is the overall message? So first coming out, we have positive movement forward. I feel like you are getting ready to set off exactly where you were supposed to be set off. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I feel like some sort of higher level of commitment could be significant for you. You could be on taking a job where you have to travel, but something about movement for you is very significant. You can be moving from out of financial ruin or feeling like you are restricted. Divine, what else? Okay. So we have partnerships and alliances. So I feel like this definitely, one scenario definitely has something to do with a job. I feel like you are about to take some sort of new career, maybe even moving into a new field that you've never ventured into. This could also be part of your skill set as well. But I definitely feel like, if nothing else, someone could also be coming in to give you a helping hand. Some form of assist for you could be significant as well. Divine, tell me about partnerships and alliances. Okay, so we have trapped in fear. So another 88. So another 8. So 88 could be significant. Okay. I feel like there's something associated with starting something new. I feel like, for sometimes, you know what? No, I feel like everybody has a moment where they're unsure. And this doesn't mean that you're not going to do it anyway. It doesn't mean that you sign the papers and like all the other stuff, you're going to go through with it. But there's always a moment where you're unsure. And I feel like that, being unsure comes with, walking into new territory, not really knowing anyone there, but also not really knowing what to expect. I feel like you can read a manual, you can read all of the through all of the orientation paperwork and documentations and all of those things, but there's nothing like the in-person experience. And I feel like that maybe that's the thing that may have you stricken. Yeah, you're used to being a loner as well, so collaborations for you could also be a new thing. What else, Divine? So we do have the Hierophant coming out. So wisdom. I feel like it has something to do with your skill sets. I feel like amongst a group of people, your skill sets are going to set you apart, because I feel like there is just a lot about this particular area or field, whatever that may be. I feel like you hold the key to an awakened life, which sounds interesting. But yeah, it's like you hold the key to an awakened life, because I feel like you impart wisdom, insight unto other people that they didn't know they needed. Okay. Because you can come in new to a job and know a lot about, shall we say, the equipment, or know just a lot about the business because this is something that you studied. I feel like you also, in some capacity, could have a leg up when it comes down to promotions, whenever promotions are being presented, bonuses, raises, all of those kind of things here as well. What else, Divine? So we have the third eye chakra. I feel like this could also have something to do with your spiritual gifts here as well. We have 5 and 6, but coming out at 65. So 65 could be significant for you here as well. But I feel like this definitely has something to do with your spiritual gifts, more so specifically targeting your intuition, some form of insight as well, because there's many different spiritual gifts here. Divine, can you give me any information on what this third eye is relative to? Okay, it is relative to you. It is some sort of spiritual gift that you have insight on. I do feel like it's more so intuition with the hermit coming in, solitude. I do feel like this is something that you are well studied at, well versed at, just like we were discussing. Especially with the Hierophant and the Hermit, deadly combination. Very smart individual, very intellectual, very intelligent, very spiritually sound. I feel like you have an awareness about yourself that makes you a force to be reckoned with. I feel like you work well with people, and I also feel like you work better alone, but you also still work as well as people, just as good as you would if you were alone. Divine, give me one more. Yeah, so discontent and boredom. Yeah, I feel like, and I'm not even more so feeling discontent and boredom. Four of Cups energy is just giving me a person who more so sits off to themselves, patiently and waiting. Because while I don't feel like working with groups bores you, I feel like this is something that really doesn't excite you. I feel like you would rather work alone. It's just the honest to God truth. I feel like while you do work at just at the level with a group of people as you do by yourself, I feel like you get more done by yourself because you don't have to wait on people. Okay. What else is significant, Divine? Last one for me here. Okay. So the sun, I feel like a lot of people delight in your energy. So the light, a lot of people delight in your energy. And I feel like you could be the type of person that people love to work with. People could like you, but you cannot be a people person. You could not be a people person. You know what I mean? Like most people will put a label of a people person who's somebody who comes in a room and they're all on people and people all on them and they can move a room. I feel like you can do all of those things. Like I feel like you have a type A personality. I even feel like you have key player type of energy. Yeah, you're definitely a main character. But I do feel like you could possibly even be too much for people. But it's just something about you, people liking to be around you still. Something about you radiating a room when you walk into it. I feel like you are going to also be the type of individual that in some way you might save a business. Because I feel like there's something that you know how to do with businesses or with people's dreams and things like that. I'm feeling like a consultant type of energy. I feel like you know how to enhance people's businesses and companies and things like that. I feel like people are going to seek some of you all out, more so specifically that strategies and things like that. You could be some form of analyst and, but it's not boring. It could be viewed as boring, but it's something that you know how to do very well. Divine energy surrounding the reading. Okay. So we have turn. So party animal, sex, drugs, and alcohol, surface pleasures. And then we have the blues, scared, heavy emotions, as well as mental distress. So I feel like somebody could be using partying around or getting out, going out all the time as a distraction from dealing with what they really truly need to deal with. I feel like someone is faking it till they're making it. Yeah. And I also feel like someone is avoiding many different things. I feel like this is the type of individual who will go out and they will go party, they will go dance around, they'll be singing all of the songs, they would be a whole vibe to everybody in the room. But when this person gets home, completely different story. I feel like this is somebody who is actually really truly sad at the core and presenting a mask, some form of happiness outwards, because I feel like they haven't done the healing with the cleanse at the bottom of the deck. They haven't done the healing. I feel like this is somebody who is, and this is no judgment at all, this is somebody who's racking up a body count. And I'm only saying it because that's literally what I heard, racking up a body count. And that's their business, I say that about everybody. That is y'all business. If y'all want to be out here with a different person every single day, that is y'all business. Precautions. No matter what those type of precautions are, precautions. Okay. Divine, turn in the blues. Yeah. So black sheep. So rebelling, going against expectations, defying norms. So more so black sheep. I feel like there is definitely someone who is avoiding something. Yeah. I feel like this is the type of person who hides, as I said, who hides all of their issues, who masks things, especially with the blues and black sheep coming in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is the type of person who knows that they have things that they need to deal with emotionally or internally, and they are avoiding them. What else, Divine? Why is this energy present? So roller coasters. So full of highs and lows, off and on again, hot and cold. So this is what I feel is up. I feel like you yourself could have possibly finished a cycle. I feel like you've gone up and down, around, loop de loop. I feel like something's just been an interesting ride, and you have finally gotten off. Yeah, I feel like you finally gotten off. Divine, what else here? Last few messages. So lipstick evidence, yeah. I feel like there is possible that the reason why you also are in the space that you're in of, being more so alone is because you're also a healed individual. You're healing as well. I do feel like there could possibly be, and I'm lightly touching this. There could be evidence that you caught somebody doing something, you saw something, no matter what it was, you saw it, and you removed yourself from the situation. This is friends, family, romantic partners, all of the above. Okay. Yeah, we even have sneaky link at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so nefarious behavior, sneaky stuff. Doing things that they know they aren't supposed to do. Not even just sneaky link, but just doing sneaky stuff. And I feel like you removed yourself in those particular situations, which is why you're doing as well as you are doing, which is why also another scenario three, this working partners and collaborations and partnerships and things like that. I do feel like there are people who are wanting to work with you again, but they're also feeling restricted. They're restricted towards you because they know what they've done, but they also feel in the sense that as well. A very intuitive individual, of course, third eye chakra. We have the Hierophant coming out here as well. I feel like nothing is ever really truly hidden to you, especially when it comes down to things that would harm you or affect you in some way. I do feel like you were aware. I just feel like you didn't say anything. Yeah. Divine, last one. Last energy here. Last energy surrounding this reading. We have dirty money coming out. So laundering, steal, as well as illegal. Okay. Divine, clarified dirty money. Yeah, so we have honeymooning, so love on the brain, to talking often, feeling all the feels, and then we have machismo, so masculine pride, toxic masculinity, meeting manly expectations. Okay, so for dirty money, what I saw is Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, so for that particular energy, I feel like a partnership could be very significant for you. I'm also seeing, of course, ride or die. Uh, yeah, so I definitely feel like partnerships for you are about to be significant. I don't feel like anyone's about to steal any money or do anything unlawful or that. I think we're more so talking about the bond or particular relationship here. I feel like you could be coming into contact with somebody where you are going to enjoy the partnership. You're going to be birds of a feather, birds of a feather, and two peas in a pod. And I feel like it's just going to be one of those kind of situations where you will be inseparable, but not, you're going to be separated. You're going to have your own individual personalities. But I feel like when you two are together, people are going to know you all are together. That's just the energy, that I'm feeling surrounding that. So for some of you, you could be in a way moving into new relationships. Divine possible outcomes. So we have the Two of Swords coming out first. uh, I feel like, and this is just right away. I feel like you don't want to hear something that somebody has to say. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you are in, and you're not in the position where you're receptive. And I don't view that as a negative thing. I feel like there's a conversation that has already happened. I feel like this is a boundary. Two of Swords, Divine. Two of Swords. Three of Wands. 2 and 3 could be significant. 23. Someone could be 23. Okay. Somebody involved in this could be 23. Somebody's about to. Here we go again. Good goodness. I feel like somebody's about to cross a boundary. 3 of Wands. Somebody's about to return. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Yeah, somebody definitely is about to return, but you're right now. I don't feel like you're receptive to it. Definitely not receptive to it. What else, Divine? What else? Yeah, you're definitely not receptive to it. Two of Swords with the Death. Yeah, yeah. This is a literal end. I feel like you immediately are about to put an end to something. Yeah, especially at Knight of Wands. Yeah, because you plan. Divine, tell me about this Knight of Wands. Yeah, King of Swords. Ultimately, just like I said, you don't want to hear something that someone has to say because they're not coming in the right energy, especially in a Knight of Wands, King of Swords type of energy. I feel like this is somebody who will literally come back to you sharp tongue. Like, I feel like this is somebody who doesn't have control over what they would say. And this is the type of person where they would say something wild and end up getting hit in the mouth. Now, granted, I don't condone violence, but I will defend yourself, babes. Defend yourself. King of Swords, yeah, because I feel like somebody's gonna say something very wild. To be honest, so we have the Queen of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I feel like somebody definitely needs to watch their mouth, because like I feel like if Divine, clarify the Ace of Swords, because like I feel like somebody wants to possibly even admit something to you as well. But I feel like they just don't have the right type of energy when it comes down to it. So we have the Ten of Swords as well as the Nine of Cups. I feel like you could have been doing very well after an ending, like I was talking about cycles closing out and all of those things. I feel like with a cycle closing out for you more so particularly than anything else, I feel like you are very self-driven. I feel like you are self-motivated as well with the Nine of Cups. I feel like you also are showing up as wish fulfillment to someone else now that you have a good handle on yourself here as well. Because Divine, tell me about the Ten of Swords. Give me one, please. Yeah, with the Hermit. I feel like you definitely were in an area of discovery, and I feel like what's getting ready to happen now that you've been away, now that you've been off to yourself, I do feel like you are going to have previous suitors or previous energies that are going to come back into your space, wanting to possibly have conversations with you, maybe about the way things ended, present something to you that they possibly haven't told you as well with the Ace of Swords, some form of truth or some form of expression. But I do feel like it's possible that someone has been withholding information. Divine, tell me about the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, Queen of Swords here as well. I feel like you could definitely, if you wanted to match someone's energy, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, you can definitely be someone's match. Okay. I don't feel like there will be any conflict, even though we have the Five of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like if someone says anything wild, like I said earlier, I feel like you are going to put an end to it very quickly. Because I feel like you hold truths and secrets as well. And it's not that you're playing fire with fire, but sometimes that's what people need in order to learn the lesson. I feel like you are people's match most times and it's very rare, when someone brings something directly to you. But I feel like if they had the capacity to do that, or even just the will, to do something like that, it makes them very interesting, to say the least. Divine, lastly, for the Queen of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there could possibly be some form of, shall we say, peace, when it comes down to things like this, because I don't feel like you're the type of individual that's out wishing ill on people. That's just not an energy that I feel. I feel a more focused energy, when it comes down to you, Pisces. But I do feel like, excuse me, there is someone who is wanting possibly some form of peace, because someone feels like there's some form of animosity or something like that. But I feel like it's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's most definitely a mirror. And I feel like it's people's own securities, concerning you, especially if they've done anything foul, to you. But people are in some way wanting peace with you. And even if not to reconcile and start over again, they just want to hear you say, I forgive you. Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day. Bye, guys.